Hello, and welcome back to episode 38 of Curse of Strahd. I hope I got that number right. I'm pretty sure it's episode 38. Someone correct me if it's wrong, but I think that's right. Welcome. Hope all of you are having a wonderful evening this evening. We are the group Trials of Imagination. If it is your first time here, we're a group of friends that just like to get together every Tuesday night to play some Dungeons and Dragons. We start at the same day of the week at the same time, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are currently going through the module known as Curse of Strahd, which is a gothic horror themed campaign. The one we are doing is heavily homebrewed, so there will be plenty of things for both people who are familiar with the module as well as people who are not. There's plenty of nods to the original as well as plenty changes that will keep you on your toes. So regardless of which camp you fall in there, there's plenty of content here for you. Hope you stick around. You might notice throughout the session that we don't typically engage with chat a whole lot verbally or vocally. That's normal. We're not ignoring any of your comments or anything like that. It's just we have a limited time frame for the players that we have active to go through this, typically like a 2-hour session or so. So we try to do justice to that and stay focused and in character and do as much respect to the story and the role play as we possibly can. So as a result of that, we tend to not respond to chat vocally during the session. However, there's two things. One, we will be in chat itself, so you will see us respond in there. And two, there is a post-stream chat at the end of the session. Once all the actual content of the session is done, we'll stick around for a little bit and do nothing but engage with you guys at that point. So if engagement is something that you desire and something you really like, there will be a section for it. It will just be at the end, not during the session itself. So if you see somebody come in that's new and they've never been here and they're trying to communicate with us and they're asking what's going on, if none of us are able to get to them first, if you want to make sure just to reach out and let them know, hey, this is what's going on, that would be much appreciated. Everybody look out for everybody here so we can just make sure it's nice and smooth and everybody understands what's going on there. Few announcements. So we have a podcast. You can do ! podcast in the chat. It'll just take you to a Spotify link, which allows you to listen to these episodes in audio format. So if YouTube is not something that you would like to do, or Twitch, or however you like to do it, if you would just prefer to listen to it via audio, you have a method to do that there. We also have some specific episodes that are exclusive to Patreon only. You can do ! Patreon in the chat to get you to that. That's a place where you can, if you want to donate or give to the stream, and you go to the resources for what we use for any of the giveaways or, any of the fun stuff that we've done in the past that we typically do. And we have another one coming up soon. That's kind of how you do that, as well as allows us to give something back to you, because Patreon is the best method for that, as we learned after doing some research. So we have a Patreon with several other tiers, but it also has a podcast specifically only to Patreon where you can hear that there. It also gets you access to a Patreon only section in the Discord, to where you have your own text channel and your own voice channel, to where you can communicate with all the people who are engaged with that as well. We have a merch store, so you can do ! merch in the chat. That is typically where a lot of the stuff we do from the giveaway perspective comes from, or sometimes we do stuff from D&D Beyond and a variety of different things. But if you do ! Merch, you can see anything we have. Most of it does callbacks, inside jokes, references to any of the stuff that actually happened during the campaign so far, and we continually update it, or try to, as the campaign goes, with memorable and notable things and moments throughout. So that is something there. You can do ! Socials to get to any of the socials that we have for any form of communication or updates. And you can do ! Discord if you want to have access to that. So if you're not a part of that already, hop in, come hang out with us. We talk nerd stuff all the time. We have game nights pretty frequently, usually spontaneously. They're not really planned, but if you like gaming, we do that all the time. So that is an option as well. As we already said, these are on YouTube. So if you want to watch these later, you can do ! YouTube, and those will be on there permanently, as Twitch does have a time parameter to where it eventually times out. So they are on Twitch, but that's borrowed time. It changed recently to where it used to be 2 weeks flat, and I think they extended it just a little bit, but it's still not on there for very long. So we put them on YouTube. That way they are available permanently. So if you guys miss some of this, because we get it, it's a long time for a stream and it's a long commitment, and you can't always be here for every single second of the stream, and we get that. So that will be something that's available on YouTube, and you can watch it and catch up there. Okay, I think that is everything that I can think of. We will have one member out this evening. Miss SJ won't be playing. She has some family stuff going on, so just be thinking of her. Keep her in your prayers, and we hope to see her next week. But she'll be out this week, and that is all I can think of. I'm probably inevitably missing something, but you can let me know in chat if I am. For anyone that is new, welcome. Glad to see you. For anyone who has been here before, welcome. Glad to see you as well. So that's enough of me talking and rambling about statistical data and updates. I think it's time to get into episode 38 of Curse of Strahd.
Yeah.
I was going
And
to once
here we
I realized
are.
I was actually disconnected.
Yeet. All right, so we are here. Mr. Richard will join in whenever he gets back from Bible study. And like I said, Miss SJ will be out tonight. But we're going to pick right back up where we left off. So last time we just
start off with a sneak attack
from the grave. From 2 weeks ago, because last week was the special one shot, hashtag Elberth. So we got some story there. That was a lot of fun. You can go back and watch that currently on Twitch. We'll have it up on YouTube soon. But a lot of fun. Was really good. Mr. Stormer hosted that. He was the DM for that evening. It was a good time. I highly recommend it if you missed any of it. But before that was the previous episode. And in that episode, our adventurers exited Vallaki in pursuit of the mission that they are currently on, which is to go and retrieve this caravan that was supposed to return that never did, that was sent to get a supply of wine from the local vineyard nearby to the west of Vallaki. And they departed Vallaki to go and seek said caravan. Eventually running into a rather skittish and scared individual on the side of the road, just clinging next to a tree. Several of them tried to communicate and console the individual. It seemed he was in a rather harsh state of shock and wasn't really easy to communicate with because everything was just kind of going by him. But nonetheless, they tried to console him as best they could and got him to at least climb a tree for moderate safety, because that seemed to be what he was clinging to for some form of comfort. So they achieved that and moved further into the territory before the road started becoming less of a road and just more of terrain, and found themselves in a very swamp-like area. And visibility got very limited. The weather conditions were not great. It was pouring rain, bad, thunder and lightning in the distance. And they came upon some ruins in the distance and started to tread very carefully before they did see the caravan/wagon in the distance. Nothing around it, just a wagon just sitting there. And they started to approach it. And once they got close enough to it, suddenly there were not one, not two, not three, but four entities around them that revealed themselves once they got close enough. And for the players, that's when we entered combat. For the characters, that's when a group of creatures decided to descend upon our party and combat began. And that was the remainder of the episode revolved around them interacting and having combat with these creatures. Notable moments would be that Ayla did reach 0 hit points at one point and fell down, but she was healed and brought back to a few hit points, so she's not completely down anymore. But at the tail end of the last episode, our friend Mr. Millard was reduced to 0 hit points, and he fell down unconscious, and that is when we ended the episode, with Millard being reduced to 0 hit points and this creature still kind of standing above him. And that is where we left off last episode, but more importantly, where we pick up this episode. So I'm going to go ahead and get the map up and get everything we need to get going here. So let's get our rain, and we will get our lovely music. A reminder for all the players, you should be able to control the volume of music if it's too loud or too soft. You should be able to control your own independent meter there. I'm going to unpause. So all of you are somewhat engaged with your own individual dealings because you're spread out. You're all facing different directions. The weather's not good. Visibility is limited. It's dark. It's raining. And at least Zyle and Mark are close enough that you do hear the sound of a thud, which, if you were to even turn at all, would notice that Millard has fallen down behind you. And you can't discern anything detailed about his condition, but he has fallen down and he is not moving. And in the turn order of things, to remind, we are currently on Mark's turn, followed by Nadar, followed by the creature that is above Nadar. And then we'll go back to the top of the turn order, and I'll remind everybody from there.
So, since it's my turn, I want to cast the spell Grease.
Okay.
I want to cast it on this guy. So that's a dex save. 14. And does he get the negative 1d4 from Zael's Bane?
Bane.
Good thing too, because that's the difference between pass or fail. So he fails.
Alright.
Dang it, I was gonna wreck Malachite. It means I don't have to reckless this attack, and he has disadvantage against me.
Alright, go ahead, Leo.
So long as he doesn't get up.
Well, he's after me,
but-
so I'll have one attack at advantage. And him.
And I want to, with my bonus action, use telekinetic shove on.
Classic.
How do I select the guy? That guy.
Okay.
So that's a strength save, DC 14.
That is a fail.
So he gets pushed 5 feet back.
Any specific direction?
Can't ping. Yeah, that's where.
Right there? Okay.
I think that's. I just want to move over here. That ends my turn.
Okay. And you notice that this Bodak that was just kind of like hunched over Millard and had just done something to cause him to fall down, starts to move in a certain way. And go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. That's at disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, because you still have a level of exhaustion. Right?
His exhaustion
Fine.
should be gone because he had a long rest.
No, exhaustion doesn't reset on a long
one.
rest.
Only one,
You had 2 points?
yeah.
Okay, yeah, you have 1 point.
One
exhaustion
level.
now.
Yeah, which is the disadvantage on all checks.
Perception. There we go.
The hello dice on the screen.
That's fun, though.
I like that.
Yeah.
I don't
No,
like
is
to
it-
check them.
I don't like the
result.
6.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Like the number less.
I like the dice on the screen, not the number.
Right.
But I got fancy dice.
Okay, so
That's my turn, I guess.
that's his roll. He got a 6.
Right. So you don't make much of it. It seems like, he's kind of wincing and you happen to do teleconnect shove, so it might just be a result of being irritated that you pushed him.
Okay.
So that will end Mark's turn. So that's going to be Nadar, followed by the one above Nadar, and then we'll be back to the top of the round, which will be Ayla, a Bodak, and then Elbreth.
Oh right, he's prone. I have to roll 4d20 because I'm doing 2 attacks with my claws. I'll roll them 2 at a time.
You can also move, too.
I can. I'm not gonna because I'm still raging. That is 19, 23 to hit with the first claw.
That'll
It's
hit.
gonna hit.
And 18 with the second claw.
That will
That
also hit. That'll also hit.
Yep. That's 11 slashing damage from the claws. And then bonus action 2 weapon fighting with the claws. And because they're prone advantage with these 2. That's another 23 worth of the other 2. Three and 22 to hit.
Yeah, 22 hits.
Yes. No, wait, that's 10, 12, no, 8, 9, 10, another 11 damage. Slashing.
What's our total output?
That would be 22.
And all of that slashing, though, right?
All of it slashing.
Yep.
Not
That's
magical weapon.
Right, because that's gonna get
5.
that's gonna get
5 or 6.
it's gonna get halved.
Yes.
You
Is
can
it-
move, Nadar.
It's actually gonna be 20 damage. Alright,
No, I rolled 2 11s for damage total.
I know. But
And
like
then that gets halved. It would be
each
11
gets
damage
halved.
total.
Right.
It,
Right.
Each gets halved separately, right? Because they're 2 separate attacks.
Mm-hmm.
And then it rounds down.
Mm-hmm.
So you're only gonna, it's gonna be 10.
Right.
Yeah.
If I die because of that 1 point, it's only a 10.
That's fair point. Okay. You have the ability to move if you would like.
I do. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna keep fighting this guy.
Yep.
Even though I only have less than 20 health.
Bold strategy. See if it pays off for him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to end your turn. So now it's his turn.
Yes, he is currently prone, so it will take half movement to get up if that does anything. I
So you need
figured.
to move, Jet, though.
His
He can
attacks
still-
are. Yes, his attack would be a disadvantage if he doesn't get up.
He doesn't even need to make an attack roll.
He casts a spell.
You see the creature that is prone sink into the ground and disappear. You kind of look left and right before you feel a coldness above you, and it is standing on top of the ruin right above you, and it jumps down to kind of just hover above you and stare straight into you as it lands on the ground.
Would it going down count as it moving out of my attack range? Because if so, it would provoke an opportunity attack. That's why
I'll
I'm
give you one with disadvantage because he literally became one with the ground, so you'd have to react really
Fair.
quickly.
Natural one. That's okay.
You become prone.
No. like
Nope. Big swing and a miss. You swing so hard that you stick what your weapon of choice, whether you have. So do you have both
My
claws out, or do you
claws.
have? So one of your claws gets stuck into the ground because you hit it so hard. But one of your hands is now stuck. This thing lands and it's going to look right at you. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
plus 6. That's a 19 total.
Pass. So, on a failed save, you'll only take.
Half damage, I remember that.
That's of a different attack.
Oh.
It has multiple. That's not too bad.
I thought it was a con save for the other one of the other attacks.
It is.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I remember making con saves.
It's got multiple.
I figured.
All right, you take 11 points of psychic damage.
Oh.
It's not too bad given the amount of dice it rolled.
No. No, I don't have any like vulnerability or anything to psychic while raging. I'm just now I'm 50 health off full. I have 7 health.
And that's going to end that one's turn. So that's going to be to the top of the round. So now what we're going to have is Ayla, followed by the creature below Elbereth, followed by Elbereth. That's going to be our order. Yeah. I forgot. This one's deceased. I know that one. Okay. Alright. So, for Ayla's character, given her current status, she is not doing great. So, I'm going to play that not offensive, but defensive. And say I'm going to get her closer to you guys. Safety in numbers. Yeah.
Right.
Probably for the best there. She doesn't
As
really
long
have...
as they don't have an AoE attack.
Right. She doesn't, that I'm seeing. Hopefully I'm not overlooking it, SJ, but I don't see anything you can heal with.
Don't monks have second wind? Or is that just fighters that get that ability?
If she does, I don't see it yet.
Okay.
It might be another level.
Might be.
No,
I'm
I
pretty
don't,
sure at higher levels monks get healed and stuff.
yeah, once you get to a high enough level, most anything has some semblance of basic heal.
Nidar, who went with claws rather than...
No heals. No heals. Well, okay. So yeah, that's in our best interest to stay close to Zhao and Mark for right now. So that's all she's got. All right, so we're gonna have the creature below Elbreth, followed by Elbreth, followed by Zyle, and then it's back to Millard by that point. So. Elbreth, I need you to make a con save. And are you using actual dice? Is the real question.
You can hear us, right?
Are you talking it to me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you just said you, so I didn't know like who the you was.
No, I said
You.
Elbreth.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Sorry. So Elbreth, make a con save.
Oh gosh.
That doesn't sound great.
No.
That's exactly what we all wanted to hear.
What did you roll?
Well, you know, I'll tell you that in a second, but I've got a stack of inspirations because love me, so that is, oh my goodness. What even is that one mean? Is that a 1 or a 20?
We're pulling a Critical Role Campaign 3 this far.
It's an icon. Let me see. Like, okay.
If it's an icon, it's 20.
Yeah,
Yeah.
typically.
Icons are
Okay.
always 20.
Okay, that's a 20, not a 2. The first one was 2.
Good. A nat 20. So you.
Yeah, a nat 20. The first one was 5, and I re-rolled it, and so now I have a total of 23.
Give me a D10 roll, natural, no additives.
Okay. No additives. No MSG. No
Nope.
GMOs.
No GMOs.
Yeah.
7.
pairs?
Wait,
No
no, this is not a 10.
Canadian.
This is not a 10. What? I think. Sorry, the 2 pyramids is an 8. This one's a 10.
Well, we got real dice. Now
Oh,
we just need to get legible
7.
dice.
A 7 again. So,
So regardless of what you did, that you were rolling a 7. So it tries to stare into you like it has, or all these things have the other ones, and Elbreth kind of just stands her ground and decides to stare back deeply, and some light radiates from deep within her, accessing some of her abilities, and it actually pierces into it and gives it 7 points of radiant damage, going straight back to it. And that's gonna hurt.
Stare back at
It,
him.
it recoils in heavy pain and just thrashing and just shrieking around in a terrible noise that echoes across the terrain, even in the loud rain that you guys are sitting through. But
this is just like real life.
it does not go down. But it looks like it is upset. And that's going to end its turn, and so now it's your turn. Followed by Zal, followed by Millard.
Okay, so how does Millard look right now?
Unconscious.
Best
Okay.
you can tell, especially since you are currently dealing with this thing, you don't really know other than that he fell down.
Right. Okay, so I forgot what I said to Ayla, but I'm gonna say that same thing. That's totally thematic, and revive Millard for 2d6. Yeah, we'll do 2.
Nice.
Okay. That is a 6 and a 1. Okay, so 7. Gotta love those 7s, right?
Yeah.
There's a pattern here.
It's a 7/7/7 so far. So. Oh wait, I gotta remove one of my inspirations. So I will say that one is. Actually, no. I'll only say that one because I have one of my sheets, so I'm gonna check that one. Okay, so anyway, so now for my, I will cast can I? Okay, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on the one in front of me, but I think I think it's a ranged thing, so do I have to... Does that make it at, like, disadvantage?
It descends on a creature you can see within range. I just have to make a dex save throw.
Okay. Oh, right, yeah, that's right, that one's a save thing.
Yep.
So, my DC is only 13.
Well, it rolled a 2, so I think it's gonna get hurt.
Oh, sweet. And is that before the Bane?
That's before, so it's it's getting
Tell me
hurt.
it got a 0, or that'd be great. So yeah, so what was this one again?
Got a -2.
We got a dirty 1.
Okay, see, we're at 4th level, so it's still just 1.
Yeah, 1d8.
1d8 radiant.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo! 8!
8 radiant. Alright.
We're coming back.
Don't call it a comeback. Alright, so this one, would you like to describe your attack? Or in other words, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, I just raised the mace up, straight above me, so that, like, it shines, and then the radiant light, like, descends onto the creature.
Nice. And that one, it's down. It thrashes and freaks out and slashes around, and it's done.
Bye. I am still channeling the other Elbreth, so I want to be like, booyah in your face, but this is...
This is Depresso Elbreth.
That's what you
This
get.
Elbreth is more, like...
Conservative.
Right now, she's just relieved, just like, and it turns to look to the others in the party.
So it crumples up, and you almost see it burning, like it's whatever's dark gray skin at best becomes black and almost has boils on it as it collapses down into a contorted shape. Okay. Do you do anything else with it?
I'm gonna go over here.
Yep.
Between... Oh wait, no, that one... Wait, that one's a
One,
different type of skull. Is that one dead?
That one's dead.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll stand here then, just trying to block
This one
between...
and this one.
It would actually be a block. There, maybe more. Just trying to stand between it and Mark.
Sure. Okay.
But yeah, that was my... that was it.
All right. So it's gonna be Zyle, followed by Millard, followed by the one to the left, Millard. So Zyle is going to cast another guiding bolt at our friend here to the left. Unless Richard hops in right now, in which case I'll let him decide what he wants to do. But in the meantime, I'm gonna say guiding bolt.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the wisest option here.
Yeah.
Alright, so it's going to do 10 radiant damage. So this guy right here. and all of you hear it just shriek in what is either pain or anger or whatever reaction it is. Just this loud, piercing, banshee-like shriek that echoes throughout the area. And you just see
Both.
it kind of thrashing and contorting around in very unnatural ways. And I think for his movement, under the current circumstances, I hope Richard doesn't hate me for this later. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know if that. I don't want to presume what his strategy will be. Well, I'll just leave him there. So he's gonna stay there, and he's laser focused on this one, and that's gonna end his turn. So, Mr. Millard, on to you.
I'm gonna scramble. Oh, Can I move?
Should be able to.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'm gonna scramble here using my dash action.
Okay.
Still on the ground, so I'm gonna like kind of crawl that way really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And take my bow off my back and take a shot at that one that Mark has pushed back.
All right, go for it.
You have advantage.
No, the one you pushed back isn't the one that's greased.
Yeah.
No, I guiding bolt gives the next attacker advantage.
But I'm still prone.
Range attacks don't get affected by prone unless you're. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they do.
I think they do.
They might be.
Just roll just
really-
roll neutral for now.
I rolled a 5.
Second guessing that statement now. I'll stick with
So
it.
in my wild fear, I miss.
Just coming to your senses and the horrible weather conditions and limited visibility, you just kind of try to react quickly, but just shoot slightly to the side of it and don't make purchase with your first shot.
Unlucky there.
Okay, it doesn't specify anything about range.
Well, mates, do you think we might be want to getting out of here?
Make a sanity check. Make a Arcana.
That's worse because that's another number.
I thought we were using it as just base wisdom check
It's
or wisdom save.
No, Arcana.
No, I remember him saying wisdom. But
I've done
if it's Arcana.
I've done multiple. I will use it in certain circumstances for different things.
He told me to use
that's-
Arcana. He
Yeah.
told me to use Arcana.
Right.
So I got a 2.
How many are we subtracting? Or is that after subtracting?
Oh, no.
That's after subtracting. I'm superstitious. I'm not like, super.
All right, so you are talking.
I'm already half insane.
Right. So you just said what you said to the party because I don't want to like retcon something you already said, but you can follow it up with this. Like you suddenly have no memory of why you guys are where you are, or mostly like in the moment. So if you were to stop and think about it long enough, maybe you'd connect the dots because you didn't forget about the mission or anything like that. But your current surroundings is more of like you just woke up and you're somewhere that you don't feel like you had any form of travel point to get there. So you don't remember getting here. You're surrounded by these things as you don't know what they are. Things are attacking. You're confused. But as any form of respite, you feel better than you have in a while, besides being hurt.
I feel better if I wasn't hurt. Do I hurt myself in my confusion?
Sidehook hurt itself in its
Hard
confusion.
to catch them all.
So that is your current state.
That'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. That's going to be back to this boy over here to the left of Xyle. And then that brings us back to Mark, followed by Nadar. So this thing is not happy. It is not happy at all. It is enraged and is going to come straight for Xyle. And Xyle, you... Also, welcome, Richard. You notice something different this time because you have faced a few of these now and has some basic interaction with them. This one, for whatever reason, even though it did not earlier, seems to be emitting some form of like black steam as the rain hits it. And it seems more angry.
I'm getting VTT stuff set up real quick.
You're good. And it seems more angry, and it also, as opposed to having those empty void sockets now, deep within it, you see like two very small yet very, very vivid red dots.
Does this mean anything to me at all?
Roll a history check.
Ooh, music is loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have a bar where you can
Yeah,
talk about that
yeah.
now.
Okay, so sorry, getting everything fired up here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see what I have available.
Well, I know you have a +0 in history, so if you need to, you can just roll a standard
Yeah.
d20.
History check, you say?
Yes.
Nope.
What'd you get?
A 4.
Oh,
This is a thing.
this thing's ugly.
Man, I don't like this. I had a plan. Let's see.
Yeah, it doesn't.
No, I had notes.
You feel like,
How you pull that up?
I'll give you, even with a 4, I'm going to say, like, you feel like in the recesses there's something you should be knowing about these type of behaviors, but just under the circumstances, it's just slipping your mind. I think if we're being fair, Xyle maybe could know, but bad roll, so you don't.
Right. All right.
There's
So
your explanation.
2 of them had Bane still when we left off last time. If I remember right.
The 2 that are alive.
Okay. That is concentration. So what I will do... Nope, can't do that. Alright, is everyone who is... Millard is prone, is he unconscious?
No,
he,
Just an icon.
Elbreth.
He is now.
Revived him.
Okay.
yeah, I should just have a little thing that says I'm prone.
Now before,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that's what that meant, but I wanted to be sure.
now before you go too far, I'll note it's not Xyle's turn. I was just letting you react to him getting
Yeah.
bowed up on you.
I can put this on, and it means I'm dead.
Oh.
Oh,
Let's take that off, please. All
Okay.
right. I'm in. I'm ready. Everything's good.
okay, good deal. So, this thing, I need you to roll a Constitution save.
Come on, baby. 16.
Good, attaboy.
Okay. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. That's much better than the alternative.
Didn't anything like insta give us last time?
It did. Somebody. Okay, but you take 14 points of psychic damage.
That's not very fun.
No.
That's better than insta dead.
I have to roll
Yeah.
and see if I keep my con, but that's an advantage. Thank you, Warcaster.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, 11, so I'm good.
Right, all right. So you see it try to like do its gaze and pierce into you, and you stand your ground, and you don't. Although it doesn't like pierce into the depths of your soul, just the sheer task of trying to stand up to this thing is mentally taxing and is taking its toll. Trying to resist. But that will end its turn. It's going to stay up on you, and it's trying to be very offensive.
Fair enough.
Okay. So that's that. So now back to Mark, followed by Radar.
I want to use telekinetic shove on the guy I have. This guy?
The dead one?
No, this guy.
Like
The guy who's greased.
Oh. So that would be. See the one next to the left of Zyle?
Wait.
No, he's the one just above Nadar.
Okay, sure.
If you do that, and this thing can't get to me with the con save, my rage will drop. And I won't have resistance to any damage.
Yeah. It's
You
his turn.
start attacking you with physical attacks, Nadar.
Yeah.
And you can attack this guy too.
Yeah, but I don't.
Hey, it's mid combat. I can't really like discuss strategy.
No, I'm like. Yeah, I could.
Not as
No,
not
that
as
was
characters.
more me.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's. I'm not talking as Nadar.
Yep.
I give Nadar a point. That's why.
Yep. Yep. Go ahead. So are you
Um,
gonna go through with that?
So that's a strength save.
Okay. Gonna be a 17.
D4.
Oh, a D4. Oh,
Minus
oh,
the D4.
The minus the D4. Right. Minus 2, so 15.
Okay, he saves.
Okay.
I want to create bonfire, and I want to put it on him.
Okay.
Would Nadar need to make the dex save because that guy's above him too?
I can't see what I'm
Create bonfire is only in a 5-foot area.
Only in the 5-foot area. So if you were to enter that area, you'd be in a problem.
Yeah, but Nadar can't really fly.
Yeah, so you're fine right now. That's a dex save of what, 14?
Yeah.
Is that gonna be another D4 deduction?
Yeah.
It fails.
All right. That's 1d8 for damage. Damage. Normal. Yeah.
Dice on
7.
screen. Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
The
That's
next turn, if it ends its turn in that area, then it takes more damage.
Sure. And for the sake of asking a stupid question, that's just straight fire damage.
Yeah.
It does not like it. Like just starts wincing around a little bit. It's kind of confused. Doesn't really understand what's hurting it. Okay. Anything else?
That's my turn.
We'll have back to Nadar, followed by the one above you.
Is this thing in melee range? I should ask.
It dropped down to the ground, so yes.
Okay, perfect. I will reckless attack with my claws. The first claw is a 14 to hit.
14 does
That's
not
it.
hit.
14. Oh no, that's 14 before modifier.
Okay.
14 plus 5 is a 21. 19.
19.
Yeah, no, I'm bad at math. Max damage, that is 9 slashing from the first claw.
Alright.
Because I've rolled them together, because
Sure.
that is 16 with the second claw.
Okay.
For minimum damage at 4 slashing. And then I will do that same thing again with my 2-weapon fighting. 18 plus 5, so that hits. It's 5. That's 8 slashing damage. Because I took the attack action, I can move that. 17 before modifier. 6 before is 9 damage. All of it's non-magic slashing.
Okay.
Should have rolled maybe 6 or something. How injured is this thing looking?
Given the state of its ghoulish features to begin with, hard to really tell, but doesn't look good.
Okay.
You could move away from it.
You could argue he didn't look good to begin with, so that's kind of the
Yes,
problem.
but because that first reckless attack, I can't disengage. So he would get he would get his attack of opportunity, which has to be a melee attack or something that. Yeah, I'm gonna move over here. That is 5, 10, 15. There, now we got the flanking bonus on that one. That was all my movement.
Okay.
Attack of opportunity.
If he has...
Oh, it does. So you disengage from one.
No, that's not a disengage.
I can't disengage, because disengage would negate the attack of opportunity.
Okay. So you're, yeah.
I
19.
attacked the one on 5.
19 for hit.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 6. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, so you take 6 bludgeoning.
Oh, that gets resisted. That's 3 damage.
Uh-huh. And then you take 11 necrotic.
I am unconscious.
Oh.
I told you I had 7 health!
Alright, so in that case, because the one that did that to you is, what, over here?
Yeah.
So we'll put you back over there. So like you go to move from it, but as you do, it like catches you when you're running away and you just fall to the ground.
Yep.
Okay. So that's oof. Alright, Dan.
Yeah?
That's Nadar is unconscious. So I'm going to
My
assume.
rage also got
Yep, I'm going to assume that ends your turn.
automatically, yeah. It also
That's-
drops my rage because I'm unconscious.
That's very inconvenient timing because now it's his turn.
I know.
Oof.
How much damage does it do? That's all I want to know because I automatically fail saves.
Can I offer you a cookie in this trying time?
No. But
Alright.
dead, isn't he?
Maybe worse. So it's gonna move outside of this. Liam, is there any sort of thing I need to roll for him moving out of the bonfire?
He does he need to roll a dex save?
No.
Being in the grease? No, I don't think so.
I don't think. I'm just trying to make sure it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. He's gonna move right there, and those of you that see it like kind of like curl up like this, and you see this dark energy start to emanate around it, and it begins like pulsing, and it grows to a 30-foot radius. So that's going to cover all of you.
To the shadow realm.
Yeah. And you find yourself like within this dark pulsing energy now.
Guys, what's going on? What is this?
I don't know. Can I make an Arcana check?
You can with say disadvantage.
I already get disadvantage.
Yeah, so go for it.
Disadvantage. Alright. Okay, well that was almost a nat one.
Oof. So yeah, definitely don't really know what's going on there.
But I rolled a 19.
19. Okay, so you've spent a fair amount of time studying a variety of spells in the libraries that you would study in your previous time before adventuring, and although this doesn't feel like anything you've dealt with in person, you can assess that this is just some type of AoE, and it seems to have an air of necrotic to it. As for what it is, don't know. Okay.
But it seems to be originating. The source seems to be from the ghoul thing.
The creature.
Mind Eater
Yes.
is right there.
Yes. Definitely seems to be the source.
Okay.
For sure. That's going to end its turn. So... Oof. We're over to Ayla. I don't think anyone healed Ayla. No, they did not. Okay. Well... I'm gonna say in this moment, Ayla's going to I don't know if she would want to abandon Zyle or not. I don't think so. Yeah, I'm gonna say she's gonna try to attack it. This might go horribly wrong. Okay. Unfortunately, it's all going to be just bludgeoning or flurry of blow. Okay. So she's going to hit it for 9 piercing and then 4 bludgeoning. Got it. Okay, so it's not happy, and you see it.
Wait,
It's
did
this one.
Ayla have to move?
No,
Or she attacked the one that's beside Zyle? Okay.
right. So it starts thrashing around even more vividly, than before. And it is upset, but she's going to stand her ground and stay there. So that's going to bring us to Elbreth, followed by Zyle, followed by Millard. So Miss Bex, Miss Elbreth, that's you.
Sorry, I have Popeye in my throat. Okay. If I were to move, would that count as blinking with whatever?
She could move there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep.
Wait, I don't even need blinking for what I'm doing.
I'll say,
Fine.
like, you did note before you moved that because of where you are, Nadar is on the ground and not moving.
Yeah. Well, I was just trying to think about whether that still counts because he's up there. But I was like, wait a minute, I'm not playing melee.
He's
I'm
probably
still out of it, by the way. I mean, guys, I remember how I was sick last week. I had COVID, and today is my first day of being like
Oh, it's fine.
aware of life, or like fully like I've just been. Oh my goodness.
No worries.
But yeah. So I should only be doing 1d6 at a time if I'm gonna be using them so often. So yeah. So first, Nadar. Oh, chew. Sorry.
Hey, I mean, anything's better than 0.
Yep. And then... Oh, I forgot about that. Remember that next time. Oh no, is that my last one? That was my last one. Okay, and then, Sacred Flame?
So I heal for 2? Just to clear
Yeah.
things up?
Yes.
Yeah.
You take a big gasp of breath as you regain consciousness.
Sacred Flame.
Good. It's going to be a dex save of 13.
Yeah.
Nope, I don't want dead. I want to unconscious.
Oof.
Good
Okay.
thing Nadar keeps his hand axes at his waist.
That's an 18, so even with a deduction of a 4, it would still pass.
Cool. Cool. Well, that's all I got. That's my bonus action and action. And
Okay.
I do not need to move even though I momentarily forgot how to play.
Oh,
Or what character I'm playing.
Oh gosh.
did you remember the rage damage for the attacks I had the last couple turns? Because I forgot
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, I got you covered.
Okay.
Alright, so second end your turn, Elbreth. Okay, so it's going to be Zyle, followed by Millard, followed by
Death.
the creature.
So Nadar
Yeah.
is up. Correct.
Nadar is up.
Okay. In that case, I know because you said it, but would Zyle have noticed that the radiant damage did way more than it should have to that one?
I'd say so. I think that's a fair assessment. You definitely, you know it. It's certainly weak to it.
All right, cool. Then the one in front of me, make a dexterity saving throw, please. DC of 14.
Make a perception check.
A perception check.
Uh-huh.
16.
That's funny. It also rolled a 16.
Minus the 1d4.
Don't forget his
It's
D4.
true. 1.
Jerk.
Wins by 1.
Yeah. So you notice that what was previously just like a light flow of steam seems to be just a heavy flow now, to where there's almost like a borderline of black smoke or a black fog even emanating from this thing. Like an aura.
So, what's going on?
Like an aura.
Do I have any idea what's going on with that?
Another history check.
That's probably going to be a no.
Do I see
That is a
this box?
17.
Okay.
Ooh, I'd like to get a secret message.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Millard asked him, right, what was going on.
Yes, they'll ask what's going on.
It's some sort of possession, but I don't know much beyond that. I will use my bonus action. Gosh, do I want to burn that slot? I may need that
No.
later.
Don't burn the slot. Unless it's to heal
I
the
need
dark.
it to heal you guys later.
To recap you, the two,
Down.
if you want a nice recap, the two members that are hurting the most right now is Ayla and Nadar.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, anything bonus action I do will burn that. I nearly need that. Crud. Okay, that's my turn, unfortunately.
Alright. Mr. Millard, followed by Preacher. Followed by Mark.
I will get up and run here,
Yeah.
pull out my rapier, and try to stab it in the face.
Do it. Give me some hit.
With a 18.
That hits.
Yeah. And I know it doesn't look as sneak attacky as most sneak attacks. But you know, it is one.
It's still a sneak.
Sorry, I'm looking for the correct die.
Your D6.
That was the wrong one. Yeah, one of them's a D6. The rapier's a D8. And the sneak attack is 2D6. Okay. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. How would you like to kill this one?
By stabbing it furiously in the face. So, rushing forward, Miller draws his rapier, and kind of in a fit of rage, almost similar to what Nadar would normally have, and screaming loudly, something unintelligible, stabs it in the face 3 times.
And with that, that one contorts and just plummets to the ground. And you notice as it does that, you can take note that when it does, that aura that it seemed to cast around does not seem to fade.
Millard also stabs it 3 more times while it's on the ground.
Extra
Gotta pay the
damage.
insurance.
Which is,
You
it's
do that?
uncharacteristic.
Yeah, got it.
It's uncharacteristically brutal.
Yeah, got it.
I can only have one bonfire active at once.
I believe that's correct.
It's just we haven't removed the other one. That's
Right.
why he's saying that up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that'll be my turn.
Okay. That one's dead.
Yeah, get rid of it. Or Matt did.
Yes.
All right.
Well,
Everybody who's within the radius, which is everybody. 5 necrotic damage.
Nadar's back unconscious.
Okay.
Ayla's not doing great. She's not unconscious, but oh boy. So, Elbreth, you see Nadar just kind of just go right back down. But you also feel like,
Elberth puts another mark on the tally board.
but you also all feel like a shearing pain, like within of some form of like internal damage.
Yeah, I forgot. I was thinking, I was like, oh wait, I have something I was forgetting about, but it's for like hits and not
Yeah.
whatever's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Now this is an interesting. It's now Nadar's turn.
No, that means that I basically forfeit my turn in favor of making a death saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Unless I roll a nat 20.
I hope it's favorable too.
That's a fail. That's a 5.
Okay.
So if this thing does damage every turn, then I take a fail every turn.
Yep.
2 fail. No, it would be one fail.
One fail for every instance of damage.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I assume there's nothing you're really going to be able to do, so we're going to skip Nadar's turn.
No. I roll a 5. That's a fail. I can't do anything.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Shouldn't it be my turn before Nadar's?
Yes. Sorry.
right.
Sorry. Yeah. For some other reason, I thought you went, but you did not. Go ahead. It's Mark's turn.
Okay. I am going to move over here, then over here. I think moving out of range would provoke an attack of opportunity, so I'm just going to cast Magic Missiles level 2.
Nice. I like it. Give me some damage.
Where's it?
It's just force damage, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a 4
Yeah.
and a 3.
And
Another 4.
5.
Or plus 1. That's 5. Yep. 4, 3, 5.
And a 3.
Nice. All right.
2.
So that is a total of 20 damage. No, it's not. 15.
Yep. Sounds all right. 20 sounds a
Pew
little high.
pew 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 pew.
15.
All right. How would you like to kill this one?
Magic missiles through the back of his head, I guess.
Oof. Vivid. So yeah, this thing casts through, and you see it do what should have, because it goes lifeless and doesn't move, yet it's still standing. You see, like, the black aura start pulsing.
I use telekinetic shove then.
Okay.
Can he resist?
This might be something else. He's just rolling dice. Let the DM do what he's gonna do.
I know. And I'm scared it's gonna have a consequence against Nadar.
You see this one and the other ones shrivel up and turn into this dark black of like ooze almost, and go into a puddle and start to formulate exactly on the position of where that one end is. And they one by one disappear. But what does appear out of the ooze is something rises from it.
I do have 5 more movement.
Mm-hmm.
What's that? Can I make some sort of check? Oh, that
You're
guy's
Is
a
it
guy.
me from the future?
You're about to
We'll let
find
him
out.
describe it.
You're about to find out. So, let's give some, have to change some stuff real quick.
Okay.
Where's that at? Where's that at? Shoot. Yeah, so we'll just line this up a little bit. So, this thing rises up and you see like this hooded figure standing at about 6 feet tall or so. Kind of hunched over, still has a hood. Very pronounced, very familiar to all of you by this point, that it seems like the type of hood that most of the 7 wear. But you can't make out details from this one other than it's just standing, just looking down, and starts to kind of look around. So, you are all the adventurers I've been hearing about.
Are we still in combat?
You are not.
Okay, should I make another death save?
Not yet.
Okay.
Who are you?
Can I hit him with a spare the dying?
With Nadar? Sure.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I
You
was,
have to move up to him.
You're stable.
Okay, I'm just gonna remove the failure so I know I'm stable.
Yeah, you're good.
yeah, I was gonna
I
ask.
can do it at range.
Yep.
I have one thing left. I can bring him back to.
He's going to look at Mark and... Ah, yes. I suppose there is the matter of formality. Good evening, all of you. My name is Kenos. And Elberth, roll a sanity check. In this case, we'll do a, we'll stick with Arcana for this one.
How do I spell that so I can mark that down on our sheet even though he doesn't know him?
Kenos.
For the name. So it's a pleasure to meet you.
An Arcana check.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't heard
wanna
many
pass
pleasant
this,
things
right?
about you.
I want to pass this. I'm gonna use an inspiration because I don't like that number. That will be a dirty 20. Thank you, Dirk.
It's funny that I don't know if that's in what you want or if it's going to be what you don't want.
Do I want to pass this? Just tell me if I want to keep it.
We're here now.
My other option was 4, I think. Was it 5
It's-
or 4? Something like that.
You're going to get more information. So, Elbreth kind of like suddenly feels a searing pain in your head of like so much that you're closing your eyes and having to focus, and you're seeing flashes of different memories, most of which familiar, but it's almost like watching part of your life on fast forward, and you're like trying to see something from what all to make sense of all this, but then it like slows down on a specific memory of you, your brother Malthael, Idris, and a friend of yours named Talia, all interacting in this area with a character named Kenos. And it all comes back, and that's something that you haven't remembered since your death, but it all comes like screaming back to you in an instant.
Miller just disappeared.
Oh, did Ayla?
No, Ayla's still
Oh,
there.
Ayla's there.
Yeah, it was right there.
No, I just miscounted.
You.
Pardon? He just kind of looks at you, tilted.
How, though? What is going on?
My dear, you are speaking in nonsensical sentences or riddles. Might someone translate, please?
You ran from me and you can't do me the courtesy of remembering.
You mean to say you have seen me before?
Quite some time ago, or
Ah,
I think. And I scared you. I think you ran through a door.
I see. Well, I have no memory of such. Funny thing, souls. When you are detached from them, a lot of you leaves with it, including memories.
You lost your soul.
Oh no, my dear boy, lost is not the word I removed it. Pesky little
Are
thing.
you just possessing that body?
I don't believe so. You see, I felt something strange in one of my pets. I don't know what you brought here with you, but it is very strange indeed. I needed to come see for myself. So I don't know which of you did it, but one of you decided to possess one of my pets with something very sinister and nasty. It's a shame. I rather liked that one. I named it number 7.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
That's half the fun, my dear boy. Neither do I half the time. It matters not. You all be dead
We
soon.
need to... What?
You will all be dead soon.
I don't think so.
Okay. I don't either.
Care to wager?
Well, if I'm dead, it won't matter to me.
But it might to me. It's the principle of the matter, you see.
He's right, my friend. If we're gonna die, wagering's no use. What could we offer you that's still gonna be good to you when we're dead?
Quite a lot of use for bodies if you dabble in necromancy.
That's not what I was expecting.
I turn and look at Zio.
Zal just he sees Millard, looks at it, and looking at him, there's just too damn many of these things here.
We need to get going.
Oh. It's so soon. I've only just met all of you. Shame. I suppose that is fair, though. Go ahead and get your things in order. You know. Say goodbye to those you care about and such.
How come you know so much about us and when we're gonna die?
He doesn't.
I'm just curious, Mark. He seems to have something. At least he's got his own questions. Maybe he'll answer a few of ours.
We don't have time for this. We've got to leave.
If you say so. I suppose that is in your best interest if you'd like to save that dear boy left on the road.
What do you know about him?
Wrong place, wrong time.
Alright.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Zyle. It's been quite amusing getting to meet your family.
The pleasure's all yours.
It is amusing how well he understands what your responses will be. Quite amusing.
So, mister, do you want anything from us? Are we free to go with this wagon?
It is no stranger. Should be no new information to you. I am forbidden from bringing death to any of you at the moment. Rules and all. But it can't mean I can't have a little bit of fun, right? You have to play with the creatures a little bit. Stretch out your legs here and Blocky, have a little time, yeah. Perhaps a bit of advice. Go and enjoy a little bit of time in Blocky, for it has not much time left. As for all of you, well, the rude man is partially right. I don't know exactly when your demise might be, but I do know all the same it comes. It is inevitable. It is the way it is all designed. You'll see. One day. If you look far enough. And he looks kind of like a Zyle. You will see.
We understand how the circle of life works, if you don't mind.
Oh my girl, I'm not talking about something so petty as biological normalcy. No. talking about his plan. All of which, despite my wildest imaginations of any form of variable outcomes, seems to one by one fall into place. Including all of you, being here at the time and place that he said you would. Arriving to Barovia at a specific time, at a specific place. Did not expect to be down a member, though. Shame. Expected there to be 7 of you.
I guess that proves that it's not going to all be exactly how you think.
Unlikely. No matter. I have a business meeting that I must attend to, so I will depart now. Thank you all for the chat. It's nice to get to at least see you before you perish.
Hope you figure out whatever happened to your pet.
Kind of looks at you and squints a little bit. Indeed. Well then, till our next meeting. Ta-ta. And you see him just turn into like a liquid goop and just descend into the ground. And like that, he's gone. You feel the rain pick up even more than what it was previously.
It is very loud.
The tab muted.
Let's get going. Enough of dealing with these numbered folk.
While I was in the water,
Agreed.
did anyone cast a healing spell on Nadar?
No.
Okay, so Nadar would still be unconscious and prone.
Yes.
Well, he's not going to die.
Right.
No.
Load up Nadar on the cart and let's go.
I was thinking it might be a little faster if we wait to heal him.
Yes, but the problem there is Nadar's one of the stronger ones and could help with the cart.
If we want to spare 10 minutes, I can do a AoE heal.
What if we put Zyle on the cart? And he can lose control on the cart.
While I cast.
You want to wait around here for 10 minutes to wait for more of those things to come back? I say we make our way out of here post haste. And Mark, you should be antagonizing those fellas. We don't know what they're capable of. Mark, you muted.
Millard, I've got a bone to pick with you. I'm going to rush over to Millard and telegraph to punch Millard.
Do you want me to roll for reaction? Like,
If he's gonna telegraph it, yeah.
yeah. I'm more agile than him anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you want this to be?
Acrobatics.
CDM?
Dexterity.
That'll be 18.
Should I roll an attack, I guess?
Yeah.
Alright. I guess... How do I roll that?
Well, yours would be a D20. Do you even have a... an unarmed strike is just a +1, so D20 +1.
Well, it would vary on your strength modifier. If you have a negative
For
strength
his
modifier,
is-
it's minus.
Yeah, for his is plus 1.
Damage is always going to be 1 plus strength mod, unless you have a negative mod, then that would have you go below 1.
Can I punch him first as he tries to punch me?
Okay, that didn't work.
Roll like 4 dice.
Yeah.
I saw a
4d20.
1 in there.
All right.
4d20.
14.
Okay.
Okay. So Mark goes to try and punch Miller, but he telegraphs it enough to where the very dexterous Millard is able to see it coming and is able to sidestep it. Do you
And
retaliate?
punch him. Yes, I'm gonna punch Mark in the gut.
PvP. Okay, here we go. Okay, roll for hit.
I have. Just 8. It's muddy. It's a swamp. What do you want?
So Mark misses because Millard's dexterous. Millard goes to hit, but just takes a slip when trying to get a purchase, so he misses.
Millard, you tried to convince me that I was going insane.
You are going insane, Mark. I don't even know what we're doing here.
You actually did kill someone. You lied about it.
I didn't kill anyone.
Yes, you did.
Can we move? You guys can talk about this on the way.
Not until this is settled. He just called me a liar.
Millard, sanity check. This will be.
It'll
We'll
be
do-
a 1.
Oof.
Elbreth will look at Zyle like, please help.
A 1? Okay.
Yep. Technically it's a 0, but
Jeez.
you know.
Okay.
The roll was a 1.
Here, you see that?
Gosh. How do you even play
Dirty
that?
0. I fall on the ground and start screaming.
No, you. Yeah, you stick it with exactly what you just said. Like you truly believe what you just said.
Yeah. I didn't kill anyone. And we need to get out of here. That's the simple truth, Mark. It's settled or it's not. I'm not gonna deal with this anymore.
Elbereth? Zal? You know.
How did they figure out? I must have missed something in one of the sessions. Because I know Zyle knows, but I didn't know the others.
I thought you told all of us.
Everybody at the tavern found out through chain communication.
Then there was also.
It was our fun language night.
It was a misstep, or not a misstep, but someone
No,
spoke.
because I had convinced him thoroughly in the fun language night.
Right. Someone had said something in a language that someone else in the tavern actually knew, but they didn't realize it.
Then there was also the fact that the guard guy, Captain Guard, punched Millard.
That was way later,
Then
though.
Millard. Yeah, and that's why I know that Millard lied to me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how you'd get that, Mark. Like, just because he punched me.
Well, I think there's a discussion after that. I don't know, but it made
Yeah.
sense at the time.
Okay. Because...
I think because
It's
he
just-
said something, and then
It was
like
just that
Zyle,
Matt
like-
had told me that only Zyle knew.
Zyle.
Off the punch.
But
Yeah,
then
based solely on the punch, right?
Yeah, only Zyle would know.
Right.
yeah, I free at the time it made sense because then Mark said something, and Zyle was just like said like something to.
I mean, I was out that session, so.
Right.
But you can keep going with this.
Yeah. It specifically, to recap, it was because Zao requested to roll for something there. So he's the one that got the information. Now, I suppose if any of the characters want to deduce what they will from that, but to say that they know is a bit stretched, but they can make an assessment from what happened. That'd be my take on that.
Now get in the cart, Mark. Help me load Nadar. And start moving in the direction of the town. Those are the three things that are going to help us.
Just make things more fun and lovely. Mark, roll an insight check.
Insight, sure. Where are you? Insight. Insight. And disadvantage?
Pretty sure insight is insight.
Hey, it's not too bad.
Okay. 13.
In a roundabout thing of confusion, you genuinely discern or feel that Millard 100% believes what he's telling you. That he, whether it is true or not, he believes it.
Okay.
Replay to Mark. I know Markless, but now's not the time.
Alright, fine.
Look, if he has something against me, we can settle it now.
Well, both of you. Now's not the time. Let's keep moving. Do we want more of these things?
No, let's get going. I just telekinetic shove on Nadar.
You're gonna say on Millard.
As he walks,
It's like the kids in the back. He's like,
get out my
fine,
face.
we're done.
Alright, who's carrying the cart?
Or at least while you're trying to get Nadar awake to carry it.
Yeah, maybe we should wake up.
Zyle's going to get on the cart and start the casting of prayer of healing.
I assume you're just using telekinetic shove, that's why every time you move forward I'm moving Nadar.
I will reach down in healing hands Nadar. I forgot I have my asthma fire left. I used to
You need to move forward then.
That's 4 points.
I'll grab one of the sides of the cart to start.
Okay. Is Millard?
I'm visibly angry and annoyed.
Where'd they go? Where? The scaries.
They turned into oil and turned into one of the 7.
Does anybody inspect
How many is 7 again?
7 is 3 plus 4.
Does anybody inspect the wagon?
Your big brain. No. Stop using your grammar against me.
7 is the 6 of us plus 1 more.
I don't do your grammar very well.
Nadar, stop arguing with Mark and get down here and help me. We gotta get this wagon moving.
SJ yells at Ayla, inspects the wagon.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Nadar is in a position to move the wagon. Already.
She checks
like arguing with Mark.
the wagon on the inside of it is filled to the roof with wine. So there's
Good
no
thing
getting.
Nadar didn't inspect it.
Yeah, there's no getting in the wagon. Is what I mean to gain out of that.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are
Sounds
going.
fair, that's fair.
You guys are going to try to pull it.
Yeah, Nadar is going to do his best to be the horse.
Both of you just give me a strength check.
I'm not raging, so That fell for
Come on, dice, don't let me down.
13.
It fell.
Oh no.
Better at saves.
16.
Hey. All right, you guys bow up on it, and obviously, like anytime you've ever had to move a object that's being still, that first nudge you have to bow up a little bit to get it going. But once the wheels start taking a forward motion, it's not too bad. You can tell it's got some weight to it, so you're gonna have. It might be tiring after a long journey, but you'll manage.
Okay.
And you start moving the wagon. Are you guys attempting to retrace your steps?
Yeah.
As best we can, and as best as we remember.
Yeah.
As long as it seems like it'll go through. Like, planning is not both of our strong suits at this moment.
What? No, that doesn't sound right at all.
I'm seeing fun structures on the map. I want to use my thing.
I rolled a 1 on my sanity check. I might not remember the way back.
That's fair.
Don't worry, Nadar was being his wanderer and paying attention.
Nadar's keen sense of
Direction.
tracking is actually helping you guys go a very, very similar path to where you came. And you get all the way back to the portion of where the person was that was scared out of their mind. And Nadar, you can remember, like, this is roughly the area where that was, but you don't see anybody.
Not even up in the tree?
Not even up in the tree.
Okay. Because Nadar didn't know what happened. He's going to assume he got out of the tree and went back to Velaki. Fine. Hopefully.
Is there maybe some sort of check we could do to, like...
You can do investigation.
Yeah. Alright, I'll do investigation. Disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's a 15.
Not too bad. You don't see anything in detail, but like looking long enough, see a lot of blood around the tree.
This does not look good.
Did you say that in character?
Yeah.
What doesn't look good?
This blood here, I think...
Nadar will then
Well,
stop pushing the cart and go over and look at what Mark's pointing out.
Where you guys going? What?
Wait. Did you put this here, Bob?
no.
I feel like that would be something you
You guys keep pushing onward.
Yeah.
do. Yeah, Nadar will head back up to the front. And get back. Wagon pushing.
Yeah.
Going.
You rolled a strong enough check earlier. I think I'll leave it. And you guys pushing it again.
Okay. Is there, how much of the trek was downhill on the way to where we were?
It's pretty flat.
Okay.
How much did Zael AoE healed us for?
I haven't yet, unfortunately. Has it been the
What-
10 minutes yet?
I would. Yeah, I'd say it's been close to that by now.
Okay. So, that will be
A number.
a number.
Yes.
That number is 10.
That's not a bad number.
Oh.
Is this the kind where it's just everyone automatically, or you're splitting it amongst people?
No, everybody gets 10.
Okay.
That's why it takes so long.
I know, because some of them are still a pool of it, but because I don't need it, just in case someone else take that, but it's not that spell.
10 minutes is a long
I
time.
want to cast mage armor on myself and take it off, and then recast it on myself, and then take it off, and recast it on myself after like 36 seconds.
Did my webcam just...
Yeah.
Okay.
give me a-
I'm confused. It doesn't stack.
I gotta
That's
turn it
right.
off, turn it back on again.
It's not like it adds +2, +2, +2.
But it actually does recharge my, it recharges my energy shield.
Okay. I'm fine with it either way. So
Hoping these aren't a bunch of spells.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't burn any spell slots because I have.
cantrip?
No, it's not.
Oh, you have a thing.
Because of my feet.
without
Okay.
getting too meta, it really doesn't matter right now.
No, I'm... Yeah,
So-
that cheese works.
Yeah, I don't want you to waste too much time or energy on thinking about that. So,
No, I get it. I've done it.
yep. So, are you guys in Foundry on the new map now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've returned back to what seems like the road. It's no longer the swampy, kind of hard to tell what direction is what. At least like now, not only in the dark, but the rest of you have a clear bearing of, okay, at least follow the road, and you're back to where you are. And you currently, just for the sake of the map, as you move to the left, is the direction you need to go.
Yes. Nadar is humming a marching tune he has hummed before in the past.
Alright.
So you see
That's
Nadar
the card.
and Millard would be two there in front. Because they're carrying the cart. Unless anyone's walking in front of the cart.
I don't think so.
Off to the side.
Proceed to the left.
Yep. Waiting on you two.
Yep. So like Millard and Nadar can move your tokens to the left, but synchronously.
One step forward, no steps back.
We'll pretend it's synchronicity. How's that?
Nah, you're fine.
And 1. You can actually click the arrow keys, which I thought was neat.
Yes. Makes it a lot easier.
Oh, I
Yo,
didn't know that. I was
okay.
dragging.
With that.
That's why I disappeared.
Yep.
Not that far.
No.
One more. Quit humming. Tim's gonna get stuck in my head.
It's already stuck in mine.
Yes.
It's
Giving
not
me a
too bad.
headache.
It's not too bad.
Nadar isn't paying attention to what you're singing, just keeps humming.
Keep on
While
going.
marching.
I'm gonna put you in a hole.
You probably
Got
would have
him.
heard Nadar sing the lyrics at some point.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems fair.
Probably would have sung them in Dwarvish, but
Which I know.
yeah, which is fine. I'm just saying for those who can't speak Dwarvish wouldn't understand the
We
lyrics.
left Ava.
Yeah.
Well, she's dead now, so.
And
I just didn't pull her in so we wouldn't have to worry about the token.
Is there something you want to hit before we end tonight's session?
Mm-hmm. You're getting there.
I want to stop right here.
So, you guys see
I see something.
a body
me too.
laid
Oh,
out.
that's not what I see.
A body laid out on the road, not moving. Looks human.
What's that?
Nata,
Who's
hold
that?
up here.
Nadar will put the cart down and see if you walk over.
No. I said hold up, Nadad.
Is that not what we're doing? We're gonna wait for the car and go check it out.
It looks like he's sleeping.
Does it look
In the
awful?
middle of a rainstorm.
I don't think it's.
Zyle, do you want to
Sleeping
investigate?
Yes.
So Zyle can
Let's,
Walk
go
over
first.
to it.
go for it.
He's a dead body expert.
You get there,
Nadar will be 10 feet behind him.
and you see is this badly beaten body that is almost unrecognizable. It's covered in blood. It's still dark and it's heavily raining, so part of it might be that. But you notice something that allows you to identify it. And it is still alive, so you, through your check of just investigating, notice that like he's not dead, but he's been beat very close to it. And you see a similar marking on the arm that is on yours.
I
And you-
immediately cast a Cure Wounds.
Okay.
He's at 0 HP, so that means I get to do max dice, so 12 HP.
Nice.
Big Grave
Nice.
Clerics.
Now you don't
Brave Domain's fine.
see him move at all, but you at least see the energy radiate, and you can tell that it took purchase, but you've seen this before. He's in a bad state, so it's going to take time.
Zyle, what is it? Who is it?
I don't know, but he has the same mark Luthrian gave me.
You do know.
Is it something we have to kill?
You do know.
That's
That's a no.
You
The
seeing
opposite, actually.
seeing the mark
Sorry.
and then looking at his attire, you remember that this is the individual you met earlier in the day, if not the day before, named Tanner.
It's Tanner.
Oh, right. I don't think Nadar. I didn't watch the session.
You see a note in his sticking out of his pocket, on his shirt pocket.
What does it say?
You read it?
You gotta pick it up.
Yes.
In the pouring rain, you pick up, this thing is drenched and kind of falling apart by this point because it's soaked. But you're able to discern that it just says you're next. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode. Whew.
I say bring it on.
Nice. Well, good job, everybody. No one died.
Except
Nadar. Technically Nadar.
Technical
did
sense.
I guess no one really
It was
died.
fine. Everyone
Yeah.
was fine. Nobody
So-
died.
This is fine.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is where we're starting to switch into the post-stream chat section of everything, where we actually communicate with you guys and talk a little bit about the night and how things went. So if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, this is the time to throw it into the chat, and we will engage with it. First, we're going to go around, do a round robin for everybody and talk about the highlight of the night or something that they liked about. We have two members that typically have to hop off first, so we'll start with them. So, Mr. Lava, since your internet cuts out, I guess, in 4 minutes.
No, it's still midnight.
Okay, then the
Go.
opposite, then Jay.
I will say I liked the Mark interaction at the end. I thought that was really well played by Liam, where he's like, "I got a bone to pick with you." I was like,
I
oh,
did.
okay. Things. I was a little thrown off.
The
Gotta be
fails
fair,
of
but-
fails of the punches just made it so much better. On
Yeah, I
both of
could
you.
to me that was funny because it's I imagine it's he runs, I dodge smoothly, and then I try to punch back and slip in the mud.
I was picturing, remember the episode of I Love Lucy when she's pressing grapes and she's fighting. I think she was fighting with I don't remember if it was Ethel or some other person. I think it was some other person, and so them just fighting and slipping. That's what I was picturing.
The
Yeah.
best episode.
That's pretty much what I imagined
That's
too.
yeah.
So that's really neat interaction.
I like that moment.
Yeah.
I'm glad nobody died. That's my other secondary thing. I was really worried for Nadar.
Yeah.
He might die.
It was not looking
Especially
good.
when-
I was scared. I was also hoping he said he liked experimenting with souls for some reason.
I thought that's gonna be real interesting.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Gonna
That
be
was,
real neat.
Well, all good things in time. All right. So, anything else, or
Nope, that's it. I did recognize his name. It's in my notebook.
hey? Yeah, because we've said it in this one, and then also if you tuned in last week for the one shot, you saw him there too.
Oh,
Kenos.
Yeah. When they came up in the one shot, I was just like, what?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, that surprised me too.
Kenos.
I was
the
just like,
guy.
Elbereth cannot react to this, but Becky is reacting. Like,
Uh-huh.
I don't know. My brain's just
all
thinking One
connected.
Punch reference.
I forgot about Kenos in the one shot.
yeah, it was
Uh-huh.
just yeah, it was the
BBG.
the dragon guy. And then it was only like mentioned before, I think, right? Like Tanner had mentioned the name. and that
Tanner
was it.
mentioned he was looking
Yeah, Tanner
for him.
mentioned it.
It was just said
Yeah.
he mentioned Canos as being one, and then also they were saying to watch out for Canos on the road.
Not Tanner. That it was the other
No.
guard guy.
Tanner did too.
Tanner mentioned it
both.
first, and I think maybe it was the other guard that had mentioned that Canos was going to be on, like, watch out for Canos and Samael on the road. But
Yeah.
Tanner did mention as, like, I think it's his main 7 that he's out against, you know.
That's correct.
Nadar, anything for us?
I got distracted by Puppy.
So, highlight of the night. Anything
Highlight
for
of
you?
the night.
And then Jay, if you need to hop
Mhm.
off at any point, feel free because we do.
I'll
have
give it
a-
a couple more minutes. I got a couple
Uh,
extra. Nice.
sure.
Good question. Highlight of the night. I just kind of was just scared that Nadar was gonna die all night because I started the session at like 16 health or 18 health or something.
Mhm.
So it's like, I didn't really have time to think, oh, what's gonna be a cool thing for tonight
Sure.
or favorite things. Like, Nadar's dead. Nadar's dead.
But he didn't.
Yes, I was like, okay, phew. And now it's back to okay. What's coming next?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
You want us to stick with that or anything else?
yeah, I don't really have a favorite tonight.
Okay.
Other than you, you're my favorite. You're my favorite dungeon master. You're better than Matthew Mercer.
Okay,
The amount of metagaming you let us do tonight.
Yeah, okay. Let's go with Liam.
Favorite moment. That was pretty scary, really. The encountering.
The
Total.
combat.
Yeah. I don't know. I was sort of planning on saying that my favorite moment was the fight between me and Millard. But yeah. I was
Nothing.
thinking even if I hit Millard, my punch does 0 damage, so
That would have been
I'm
just as funny.
It's the
smack
thought
him with
that
a pillow.
counts.
Right.
It's the thought
Yeah.
that counts.
I mean, that's the one thing Wizards took into account is unarmed strikes always do minimum 1 damage, even if you have a negative strength modifier.
oh.
Yeah.
All right. So that's good. Anything else?
No. I think that's it.
Miss Bex.
Just everything that's been mentioned, like, yeah, I like it was all, you know, scary and creepy, and I liked Mark going after Millard, and
Good reaction. Okay. And, well, last but not least, Mr. Ricardo.
To be totally unoriginal, like the Mark Miller fight, specifically how Mark initiated it, where he's like, we're just this super tense situation, and he just, Millard, I got a bone to pick with you, and I just imagine him like crow hopping and taking a big swing at him. It was beautiful. That, and I really like the atmosphere you set up on the road at the end there. That looked really cool on the tabletop, and the sounds were on point, and all of a sudden seeing the body.
I am liking Foundry.
Yeah, it's good.
It's slick.
oh yeah, I wanted to know. At the one point, the rain got really loud, but it keeps doing that when it loops. Did you turn it, or did it just happen to loop it exactly at the right point? Because it was you're some like, and then the rain picks up again, or there was something. It was just like really perfect. Where all of a sudden it was just like.
I can control the rain and the music independently, so when I needed it to get louder, I made it louder.
So it was
Yes.
super loud at a purpose. Okay.
Yes. Because I said, hey, the rain gets louder, and it got louder.
Because yeah, just sometimes randomly things get loud. So, so yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Yes.
So, all right. Anything else, Mr. Richard?
I think that's it for the night. But man, that keep making those atmospheres, dude. Oh, mwah.
We'll try. That's partially why we moved to this, so that we wouldn't have the headache or hiccups of you guys having to deal with the Roll20 for getting that to work, of all the extensions, and it halfway worked for some people and halfway didn't for others. And it's like I want it just to put it in and it work, and you don't have to do any extra steps. Like if any extra
You just
steps,
describe my job.
yeah. Like if any extra steps are required, they're on my part, not the player's part, which is fine. I'm okay with that, but it's just ridiculous for you guys to have to do an extension, and then you have to update it every single time it updates, which is a lot. So yeah, it was just it seemed like a no-brainer in the long run. So hopefully it continues to work out, and we'll still explore a lot of features with it and see what we can come up with for sure. But
yeah.
so you met another member of the Seven officially. So we've heard the
Yes.
name, and technically you guys met him in a one shot, so you kind of had a little preemptive thing of it. But I'll be a little curious. So this will just mostly just be for Richard and Bex, because they're the two that played in the one shot. But up until at least a certain thing was said by Kenos, did you have any sort of immediate thoughts about his character being drastically different from the one shot initially, or did that cross your mind at all?
Well, it did. I thought, man, he's way more subdued. But I didn't know if Stormer had just had a lot of Mountain Dew that night, or if that was an intentional thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
Love you, Stormer.
Yeah, I didn't know if like you just couldn't like we just couldn't tell yet that it wasn't fully.
Sure.
I don't know. You know, like if someone only says a little bit of stuff, like you felt fully. So I just figured, like, okay, once he gets talking more, then it'll be more apparent that he's. But we're not seeing all the like weirdness right now. But
Sure.
yeah.
But then he eventually said something that might have given an indication as to why. Anybody remember for brownie points?
I don't know if it was an indication. I
I'm
thought he
pretty
just, like,
sure.
said that he removed his soul or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure I was in the washroom for that part.
He said he removed his soul.
Also, he's a lich.
Right.
Lost your.
No, that doesn't mean he's a lich. It just means he doesn't have a soul in his full form.
Mm.
Could
But
be
then-
a phylactery, could be.
I don't remember which of you asked. Someone tried to ask like what happened or what took it from you, and he just kind of like laughed at it. And he's like, no, that was. He's like, I did that myself.
That was me.
Oh, yeah,
who
yeah, he
asked
asked-
that.
Yeah, Mark asked if he lost it, and he's like, I didn't lose it.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
Yeah, like he intentionally removed it.
Yeah, Elbereth's a little offended that she's not remembered. Or at least she would be if she was. I don't know, she's a little conflicted right now. Like part of her, where it's just like, you don't remember me?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yep. That was the hope. I was just like, I think my thought was like, I don't know how Bex is gonna play it, because like you're gonna have to figure out the response, because you have one shot Elbereth and this Elbereth, and they would probably respond to this very differently.
Very differently.
Yeah.
And so I feel a little like that's. Yeah, I feel that it was like at least like triggering a part of that deep within, right? Because that's from a life before.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
then, like that part of her was kind of like somewhere deep down inside, old Elbereth is scoffing, like, really, me? You dare think you can forget me?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I guess like last question, and we'll end the night. So, Chad, if you have any extra last questions, go ahead and throw them out now. But so you guys effectively survived. You made it to the cart. Cart has the content. You got the content. So 38 episodes in, you effectively kind of did your first quest.
Do we get a level up from this?
No.
Maybe.
Oh,
not,
Yeah,
not- certainly not this episode.
Matthew, I want those third level spells, man.
I'm sure you do. Not you guys
I
just
want my
got to level
extra
4.
attack. I know.
You
I
haven't even been at
need
level
my
4 though.
Spirit Guardians.
I need level 6.
Yeah,
I need
Yeah,
level,
level
6
4.
too.
We all need his spirit guardians, please.
that's true.
Yes. But I need level 6 so I can have a climbing or a swimming speed after a short rest, and I get to choose which.
Let's work on 5 first.
So
I know.
it timing wise, even though you couldn't see much because it's always dark in Barovia and it's been pouring rain, so you didn't see much. But you've spent the better half of a full day traveling all the way to get there, and now you're making the trek back, which is going to take a little bit. If to look ahead, if you want to be honest, you guys are probably going to be making camp where you are for the sake of not hitting a point of exhaustion. You guys can keep going if you want to. You're going to be tired. Because it's been a long.
Wouldn't we still have like 2 days before the festival that he wanted the wine for?
When he sent you guys on your way, he said it would be in 2 days.
Okay,
He's-
so he would still have feasibly a full day to recover
Right.
there, as long as nothing stupid like last time happened.
As long as we don't get Barovia'd.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
as long as we can take a long rest before the festival.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
assume that's
about
what
that,
Jeff's gonna
though.
hit the
At
fan.
first I thought that the dude on the ground was Luthrian and he was getting beat up for us not coming back because I thought there was some sort of time thing, and it was like not, that it was actually we're gonna find out that it's like, oh yeah, you guys have been gone months, and it's just like, what?
Oh, that would have been mean.
Right.
I don't want
Yeah.
another death house thing.
That would have been mean. Oh,
Yeah.
Great things happen in
Well,
the
we
woods.
just gave him some terrible ideas.
Oops.
Never
Future-
give the DM good ideas.
I
future
will not
note.
give the DM ideas. I will not give the DM ideas.
Considering
Who's
I'm
to say? Who's to
basically-
say something worse didn't happen?
everyone make a
Touche.
I
wisdom.
know, we're not
saving
back
throw
inside
right now.
yet. We don't even know.
No,
Get
I'm
back and
scared
it's
we'll
just-
be attacked by werewolves, so we're worse.
Get back and it's just a crater. It's just like nothing. Like, well,
Oh,
I guess we can drink this wine.
Nadar would have a
Consolation
field
prize.
day. Nadar would have a field day with that. We have a cart
Uh,
and a lot of wine.
Yeah, so I was just curious about that, and then just like a quick question that doesn't really have to do a detail, but is everybody still liking Foundry? I know we kind of said it in passing, but just
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
easier to deal with, hopefully,
Yeah.
overall. Hopefully the UI is not too bad. And the setup we had tonight, which I know you viewers won't really know much about this. This is behind the scenes stuff, but should be the permanent one. So the link you use to get here should be all you have to use. And now that you have a login, you can use it from there. So you shouldn't have to go to the invite link every single time, I don't think. But if any of you, if you guys want to test that out and see it, because like all I ever do is go exactly to that link, and it goes to the generic screen with the login. It says, "Who do you want to log in as?" And I hit Game Master, and I type in my password, and I'm good to go. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
So take what you will from that, and hopefully moving forward, it won't be too much of a hassle, and we'll continue to utilize all the really cool features in it that I'm excited to do. Like, even though I didn't do one tonight, the last episode 2 weeks ago, to shout out to Foundry, had a trap in the actual session to where the second Ayla hit a certain space, it paused the game so none of the tokens could move. It revealed 4 of the enemies in the area so that they like appeared at that point, and it started a music track. So that's just one of the potentials of things you can do that's an automatic cue, not a DM having to go click, 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 click.
That's really cool. You can set those triggers up like that.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't really a trap, though. It was more of an ambush.
No, not trap in that's what it's called in Foundry. It's like it is a trap cube. So like it can be designed for anything. It's a trigger is really, I guess, a technical term. To where like the second they do that, it activates. And I can make that a lot of different things other than just those things. So, food for thought. There's your warning moving forward. Of you have not seen the last of those.
Actual trap.
Yep, you have not seen the last of those, including ones like I can have one to where it sends that individual token to another map. So there's a lot of fun stuff to be had with it.
Beautiful.
Yeah. But that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you all so very much for sticking around and watching this episode. And I know it was mostly combat, but we still had a little bit of exposition and some fun stuff that went on. And then next week, we'll figure out what the heck these guys are going to do. If, it seems pretty sensible, but they just have to regroup a little bit after having found their newest friend that they made in Valaki, more or less, is kind of beaten to an inch of his life here on the road. And we'll continue on back to the Valaki and see what they do with the wine cart. But
Friend, we're on like workplace proximity associate.
fair enough. Maybe close enough to friend to some, acquaintance to others, and then to Millard, I don't even know if he'd remember. Because he technically, his internal player mechanic was not there. Anyways,
Was Nadar even conscious when they first met Tanner? I'm pretty sure he was in bed in the tavern.
I don't think
I believe
Nadar
he was.
I don't think Nadar met
So
Tanner.
Oh, yeah. Was it like both Nadar and...
Nadar and Mark, I believe, were the ones in the tavern and
Yep.
in bed. It was the week when both of us had to miss.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think Nadar
that's
or
why I
Mark.
don't know who. Yeah.
I know who Tanner is from talking with everyone else after that episode.
Yep.
But Nadar doesn't know Tanner.
Right. Nadar or Mark doesn't know who that is.
Yeah. That's why it was so confusing for me.
Yep. So that would spark its own conversation at the beginning of next episode. Is presumably Zyle probably filling you guys in on who that is. Because if I'm not mistaken, Zyle or Richard, you'll be here next week, but not the following, right?
Correct. The
Yeah,
10th
yeah.
is when I won't be here.
Got it. Yep. Okay.
Because I'm doing something awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it for tonight, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope to see you guys next week as we continue on in this journey of Curse of Strahd. But until then, everybody say good night.
Good night, everyone.
Peace.
Well, have a good night. Have a great night.
Till next time.